Yeah, I'm trying to tilt it a little bit higher. Yes, okay. Thank you. Yes, so late, sorry, the ladies took a lot of time. Don't forget, I'm using a premium more channel. So I gotta let them have the privilege of using, right? They own the channel, not me. Janet, good to see you. Wee Sing, good to see you. Sublai, good to see you. Okay. Slides plus one are where the slides are. Okay. Tonight, I will, first of all, I begin to realize how sensitive is Wi-Fi to the effectiveness of our live stream. So I've got to find the best Wi-Fi. I spend the whole time looking around for the best Wi-Fi. And I'm sitting beside Swarovski right now. Swarovski got the best Wi-Fi. Okay. Yes. Yes. Good to see you. Yes. Okay. Tory Burch doesn't have good Wi-Fi. The cafe inside doesn't have good Wi-Fi. And some other shops at Longines also don't have good Wi-Fi. But Swarovski got good Wi-Fi. Could still be Wi-Fi. My stupid dongle, the Wi-Fi ain't working as well. Okay. Hey, just now when I was here, no, nobody is here. Hi everybody in YouTube. Good to see you. I hope the visuals now are very clear. Okay. Everybody give a huge blast of likes. Very important. More importantly, download the slides. I'm gonna start very soon. Given how late the hour is, I'm mindful that you guys need to sleep. Okay. Won't be just a quick update. Won't be taking too much of your time. Okay. You guys ready? All right. Okay. If you have only time for 5 minutes, basically, I'm gonna walk through with you what I think of the bloodbath yesterday in Wall Street and the entire financial market, including the crypto market as well. I'm gonna give you my view. I'm gonna give you a prediction of what I think is moving forward. Thanks, crystal clear on YouTube. Wow, thank God. YouTube has failed me 2 times. Usually YouTube is very good one. I don't know why it's failed me. And then after that, I'm going to give a prediction of what I think is moving forward. I'm going to give you a worst case, best case, and realistic scenario. Okay. If you got time, to watch through this thing. This is what's going to come. Okay. Okay. Yes. YouTube just died. Okay. Okay. Just when I think I just jinxed myself. I said, wow, yeah, you're right, man. I just jinxed myself. I just said that the Wi-Fi is good now, and then it suddenly turned bad. Okay, that's the problem when you steal people's Wi-Fi, I suppose. Okay, so guys, whenever the Wi-Fi just dies, okay, I will quickly switch over to my dongle. My dongle, the Wi-Fi ain't that good. Okay, if it happens again, I'm gonna try switching over the dongle. The dongle Wi-Fi ain't that good. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So pardon me when that happens. Okay. I cannot control. This is not Singapore. Singapore's Wi-Fi is amazing. Everywhere I go is amazing. Basket. The minute I say something good about my Wi-Fi just died. NB. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Let me just. Okay. So if you guys already have downloaded the slides, just say I'm ready so that I can start. And I want to start quickly. So while you are waiting, I'll just quickly say the title of my slide is really Bloodbath on Wall Street. Okay, maybe you should say Bloodbath on financial market. It's a global scale, and but the good thing is that I just fired one more shot. Okay, I just fired one more shot, and I'll share with you what I fired. This is my 176 top or 177 top. I lost count already. And usual disclaimer, whatever I share with you today is more for education, entertainment, not to tell you buy or sell, okay? So don't you come after me on that. All right, cool? Cool. Okay, good. All right, good. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me just write to Kitlu. They are. Okay. I'm waiting for everybody on YouTube, Facebook to say I'm already. Come up with my iPhone killer if possible. All right, cool. Okay, yes. Mr. Lu, no slides. Slides, plus one, no slides. Do you all get the slides on Facebook? Can you please tell me whether you get the slides on Facebook? Can you please tell me whether you get a slide on Facebook? If not, I can start. Okay, ready. You all get the slides on Facebook? Someone please tell me. You all get slides? No? That's weird. Okay. I have no idea what happened. Okay, let me just check. Okay, let me just check, my guys. Um, slides plus one is not working. Okay, no slides. Help. Okay. Now, for those who cannot get the slides, just go straight to YouTube. YouTube, you all got the slides, right? The YouTube slides are there, okay? Let me just, okay, all right, cool, okay. Okay, so, uh, can you guys try again on Facebook as well? Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, my assistant tell me to try again. Okay, let's start, shall we? So 2 weeks ago, I gave a talk and I predicted that at a point in time 2 weeks ago, the market was going north. Everything was going up, and remember at that juncture, everything was going up, and everybody was so people write to me and say, Mr. Lu, I missed the market, I missed the upswing, die how, kind of thing. And with that, I tell people 2 weeks later that, now I tell people 2 weeks ago that the market, will go downturn again. You just need to be patient. In fact, I didn't realize that you don't need to be so patient, right? Straight away, market went down south. Wow, went down south, and went down south, really south. And yesterday, the bloodbath was terrible. It was terrible. It happened in a big way, big way. It went down terribly. How bad it was, okay? The market, in fact, turned into what I call panic mode. Just panic, tremendous panic yesterday. How bad was it? Yesterday, the Nasdaq went down tremendously, okay, and the S&P 500 went down tremendously. To date, S&P 500 has crossed negative 20%. It's technically what we call a bear market right now. Bear market is categorized when it's more than 20%. When it's more than 20%, it's called bear market. We can call it a crash. It is a crash already. Okay. The Nasdaq 更不用讲了, is down by 30%. So and YouTube slides doesn't work. You just need to click on the description, okay, and also click subscribe, and also click a like. Okay, very important for YouTube. Got the slides on YouTube already. Okay, so guys, you all can just go to YouTube and and download the slides from there. Okay. So it is now what we call an official market crash. So they call a bear market. Okay, a bear market. Bear market is basically characterized by more than 20% decline. Okay, what actually caused it is basically that the inflation turned out a lot more serious than what everybody was predicting. So right now, the Federal Reserve has been saying that I will increase the interest rate by 0.5%. 0.75% is unlikely, okay? But because now the inflation turned out more serious, the market, everyone says, see, what 0.5%? For sure, 0.75% increase in interest rate. Just that fear of 0.75 drive everybody to his knees. Everybody is now predicting a 0.75% rise in interest rate soon, okay, when in the next Federal Reserve decision. So everybody is now talking about this 75 basis point. In the financial market now, one basis point is 0.01%, okay? So 75 basis points means 0.75. So 75 basis points right now is the expectation right now. The good thing is that actually, everybody is now predicting a 0.75% because they expect that to be the default for the Federal Reserve to drive down inflation. The Federal Reserve, frankly speaking, has only that few tools. The only few tools that they have is interest rates, okay, and money supply, right? So largely control interest rate. So they drive up interest rate. Why would going up interest rate drive inflation down? As interest rate goes up, people will stop buying things on credit, on loan. Companies will be a lot more holdback. As a result, economic activity goes down, okay, and then prices will then go down. So there's a lot of fear and signs that right now the market is going towards a direction of high inflation causing the Federal Reserve to increase the interest rate very high. When interest rate goes up fierce, the financial market goes down fierce. Okay, we have seen that and we're seeing it again and again. I see until I train a tar already. This thing is happening now in a bigger and bigger way. But yesterday was not just about interest rate fears. Yesterday had one more crisis that happened in a big way. Some of you all may have seen it. Some of you called Celsius. Celsius basically, Celsius is what I call a decentralized finance (DeFi), and Celsius basically tell all the depositors, I'm not going to allow you to take out money from now. Okay, wow, suddenly everybody who has deposited money into the crypto, it's like, think of it like a crypto bank. In a crypto bank, yesterday, basically people are not allowed to withdraw. Okay, so it's like a crypto, it's like a crypto bank. So people are not allowed to withdraw, and as a result, everybody went to panic mode. And to make matter worse, at that point in time, another thing called Binance, I think it's a technical problem, temporarily stopped the withdrawal of Bitcoin as well. So all this come together, then whole world went into a frenzy. And when the frenzy happened, what happens? When a frenzy happens, it causes more fear, and the fear just spill over everywhere. Okay, so the crypto world, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all this start going down more and more. So there is a run on that. There's a bank run on Celsius, but fortunately they are not as regulated as. Unfortunately, they are not as regulated as banks, so they can say, I don't allow you to withdraw. In the real bank world, you cannot do that, Yeah. So it's a crypto bank run. You're absolutely right. So this caused a lot of fears as well. So crypto world has a big crash caused by Celsius. Now this is not just limited to Celsius. I'm very low familiarity. Yesterday, just now I was on a call with people to understand what's going on, but there could be a contagion effect. You just spill over to everywhere, right? So actually, my fear is more than that. But anyway, so the crypto world, Bitcoin has went up and crashed. Okay, this point to this point is about 67%. I just calculated about 67%. You think about it, wow, it's a lot now. Some of our stock prices have gone down by 60-70% also. So not so big a deal. It's that volatility is very high. So it's basically now everyone getting hit. I'm more afraid, not so much that I'm more afraid not so much that the crypto world has fallen, but it has collateral damage. Why? Because in the ARK Investing and some other companies, they have quite a substantial holding of crypto as well. Okay, and that could be a serious issue. Okay, sorry, this internet goes in and out. I talk too much, talk too early. Okay, so in case it dies, please just bear it for a while. You'll come back. Okay, yeah. So yesterday was basically a bad day. We have got market crash happening in the stock market, and we got market crash happening also in the crypto market, and they have kind of interlinked fears. So feelings are common. Fears is common. When you have fear, you spill over to everywhere. Okay, so some of you have questions, and I will ask those questions. I will answer those questions when I can after the talk, and it will be very soon. What is the biggest fear right now in the market? Okay, the biggest fear is not inflation. The biggest fear is not even high interest rates. The biggest fears right now is a recession, and it's a man-made recession. You can have man-made recession. Which policymaker will engineer a recession? Right? You might ask yourself. So, okay, there's increasing fear of a man-made recession. and it's what we call a policy-induced recession, okay? Likes, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube, please. So, because for the Federal Reserve, which is a central bank of US, okay, wants to fight inflation, they increase. Hello, Kate Lou.
Hello.
Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Especially on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Yes. Okay.
Hello.
All right. Cool. Okay. So I need a wire.
A wire?
I need a wire
For?
for this phone. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Not that urgent. Yeah. So yeah. People say hi to you, Kate.
Oh yes, hi.
All right, cool. There's an increased fear of a policy-induced recession, and it's all over the media right now. Everybody is so afraid that the Fed will increase interest rate by 75 basis points, and on and on and on, and that trigger a nationwide and as well a global recession. Can it happen? Yes, it can. Okay, it can. So let me read to you some of the headlines. Okay, U.S. Asian market tumbles on recession fear. Pandemonium follows fears. The Federal Reserve will be going for a 75 basis point interest rate hike this week. In the past, in 1970s and 80s, they were triggered by a confluence of unanticipated factors such as sudden spike in oil prices, stagflationary forces, or banking crises. These are what we call recessions are unavoidable. Recessions happen all the time. Okay, in my life I don't have how many recessions already. But a deliberate policy-induced recession is quite another thing. That's what it says. Okay, walking on a tightrope, recession fears wipe out billions off the market. That's essentially all those things are happening, and it's quite fearful. So if the Federal Reserve were to increase the interest rate so high, okay, in order to fight the inflation, borrowing costs will go down phenomenally, you know. Sorry, borrowing costs go up phenomenally, and economic activity will go down phenomenally. And that will cause recession. Are there signs of it right now? Yes. Okay, there are signs of recessions right now already. Many companies are starting to have rumors or starting to have announcement that they will retrench staff. That's a sign of economic slowdown. Okay. But there are optimists in the market, okay? And I will show you some optimists in the market. There's an article that says the economy, okay? The economy, this Business Insider, the economy may be slowing, but recession fears are overblown. Too kiasi, yeah, too much lah. Recession fears are overblown, right? You're like, too serious, it's not happening, okay? So there are people who say that. There is a very famous Wharton University professor called Jeremy Siegel. Okay, I used to use his textbook when I was studying in economics school. Professor Siegel says this, okay, that the S&P 500 is likely already priced in a recession, and we're now closer to the lows than the highs. Okay, yeah, Shopee already start to have rumors of retrenchment. Okay, yes, and I got to be concerned because we're a good partner of Shopee. Okay, but anyway, those are currently right now in the media. The Federal Reserve right now is caught between two extremes, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, okay? They can slam the brakes and slam the brakes really hard, push the interest rate really high. I'm going to talk about how high the interest rate right now, okay? Slam the brakes really hard, slam the interest rate really hard, and then risk a recession. Probably even, I don't want to use the word engineer, okay? But it will cause a recession. But if they tap the brakes, that means you slow down, you just tap your brakes, then the car slow down, but the inflation, tap not enough, then you continue to kena inflation. So they are always tied between these two: risk a recession or risk of inflation. They are all caught between the devil and deep blue sea. I've talked about it before, and they are trying to engineer what we call a softish landing. Okay, softish landing. I'll be soon sharing what I'm doing in this market, okay? I think the insight should be taken from what happened in the great inflation of 1970. I began to dig out a lot of the past literature to find out what happened in 1970s. I'll give you a flavor now. I'll do another serious talk on 1970s, okay? In 1970s, there was a chairman of the Federal Reserve called Burns. Burns tried to focus more on full employment. That means you don't want to cause people to lose their job. So he tapped on the brakes. So he tap, 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 tap. So the interest rate, didn't go up high enough. As a result, the inflation burned through the economy, hit everybody so hard. And the inflation was in the tune of, by 1980s, the inflation was at 14%, 14%. Things were just going runaway, and it's really, really very terrible. So that was in the past, okay? Guys, likes please. So and what did the next chairman called Paul Volcker did? Paul Volcker came in and said, between recession and inflation, which is the bigger evil? He said inflation, and they whacked really hard. You whack, 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 whack. I need to tell everybody who have got houses right now, tonight's talk is the most important of this thing, okay? In the event that the Federal Reserve decides to slam the brakes, interest rate will shoot up. How high can it go? In 1970, interest rate almost hit 20%. 20%. Listen with your ears and your eyes open right now. When the interest rate go up 20%, your housing mortgage will go up by how much? Your housing mortgage will shoot to the roof. In 1970, you won't believe it. When someone buy a house, the seller pays the buyer money so as to get his mortgage out. Yeah, that's how bad it is. So the seller actually pays some buyers money to take over the mortgage because the mortgage payment reached so high. If you borrow $1 million, and the interest rate shoot up to 10-20%, many people is going to die, okay? Financially, not literally. That's damn serious, okay? So therefore, that is what we call a real serious. And I'll take another session to talk deep about this, okay? So what what took the Federal Reserve in 1970 to tame the inflation, okay? The interest rate hits 17%. And Paul Volcker, which is the Federal Reserve chairman, when he ruled the Federal Reserve, people thought they will never be able to buy a house again. Yeah, people thought they will never be able to buy a house again, okay? I'm going to paint you 3 scenarios on interest rate right now. Okay, 3 scenarios. And I'll give you my opinion, what's going to happen and things like that, okay? There's nothing doomsday about it. Recently, people say, hey, Mr. Lu, you're always very optimistic. Why you suddenly become very pessimistic? I got no feeling. I got no feeling of optimism and pessimism whatsoever. I'm just going to state what I think is coming, okay? Let's think about the worst case scenario first. Worst case scenario. Okay, worst case scenario is all captured under this article, which I thought the headlines were very interesting. Powell, which is Jerome Powell, which is the current Federal Reserve chairman, he admires Paul Volcker. He may have to act like him. This is called slamming the brakes, okay? The Federal Reserve is facing the fastest inflation most Americans have ever seen, okay? Its chairman says policy makers will do what it takes to tame prices. It slam the brakes, rise interest rate out like crazy. If you ever do that, okay, this will change the world. Once Federal Reserve do that, it will spill over the rest of the world. Singapore cannot escape it. It cannot escape it. For sure, if the Federal Reserve slam it, UK will go up, UK interest rate will go up, Hong Kong interest rate will go up, Singapore interest rate will go up, every father, mother, son interest rate will go up across the world, and guess what will happen? Okay, your mortgage, your car loans and all this, will shoot up to the sky. Those people with a lot of property is going to get burned really badly, and those people who think that Singapore property prices will never go down has never been through a time like 2008 when the property prices went down. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, it is a painful time. Okay, it is a painful time. But this kind of worst case scenario, in my opinion, is unlikely from what I see of what Jerome Powell is doing. Jerome Powell is actually quite. He actually have outrightly stated that a 0.75% interest rate rise is very unlikely. That's kind of what his his words are, and he's quite transparent what he's gonna do and what he's thinking. Usually he say it out first, so I don't think that will happen. Okay, I don't think that will happen. Um, so I don't think that will happen, and I strongly encourage everybody not to think too much of the worst case scenario. Okay, so that's the worst case scenario that can happen. Okay, what's the best case scenario? Let's think about the best case scenario. Mr. Lu, you every time nowadays, these few weeks, always think of doomsday, doomsday, doomsday. No, 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 no. I'm not thinking of doomsday. I'm telling you right now what I think will happen. Okay, but let's think of the best case scenario. Okay, this one even more unlikely. But let's think of best case. So worst case scenario is this Jerome Powell just slam the brakes. Interest rate goes up, shoot to the roof, and all this. Right? That's the worst case that can happen. But you know what? Very unlikely. Very unlikely. Okay, that's my opinion. Okay, let me just check the signal to make sure everybody is okay. Okay, let's talk about the best case scenario, shall we? The best case scenario. Okay. The best case scenario is that the Ukraine-Russia, or you see, our problem right now is a supply side problem. That means because of the Ukraine-Russian war, China COVID, supply side blockages, all the rest of the problem, all these collectively add together cause the inflation go up. The best case scenario is all this disappear. Ukraine-Russian war come to an end. Either Ukraine wins the war or Russians stop the war, okay? Or China COVID, the lockdown stop having this start stop kind of lockdown, okay? And all the choke supply chain globally get smoothened out, okay? This is what I call a TKK situation. It's the best case situation, but best case environment, but it's what I call TKK. Anybody know what's TKK? Anybody? Challenge anybody? What's a TKK situation? Okay. Anybody know what's TKK? Esther, thank you so much. Okay. TKK. Okay. Yes, Tankuku. Wow, so smart YouTube people. Yes, right. It's a Tankuku environment. Wouldn't happen. And the only situation I can think of is that suddenly Putin has cancer or heart attack and die. Okay. Yes. Right. Guys, on Facebook, if you are facing some issue, you can come to the other Facebook or go to my YouTube, which is hopefully a better scenario. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's talk about a more realistic scenario, shall we? A realistic scenario. Okay. A realistic scenario would most likely be this. I think a realistic scenario is that the environment of tomorrow, please, a lot of people never give a like on YouTube. Can you please automatic hit like, subscribe, okay? And it's very important for me, right? Okay, so that we can promote the video more. A realistic scenario, okay, would be a scenario where there is increased volatility and uncertainty. Just humongous volatility, just go up and down and down and down and down and down. Thank you guys for liking. I really appreciate this, okay? Yes. Right, thank you. So this huge volatility and uncertainty will continue, and it's continuing in a big and painful way, and largely because it's not just one factor that is driving the entire inflation. No, it's many factors. So all you need is one factor, okay, to hit. There will be a lot of economic volatility and uncertainty. Now you've got so many factors all come together. You need all to solve a lot of the problems. So frankly speaking, I will continue to see inflation continue to burn through the midterm. Okay, I don't think we'll go away very fast. Continue to burn through a midterm. The Federal Reserve will continue to struggle between fighting inflation and avoiding recession. they will try to avoid recession and then fight inflation, and just go on like that. They'll go on this way and this strike, and then and this is the part where in my opinion, okay, the current the current Federal Reserve chairman will not have the conviction and the courage to slam the brakes. Okay, it needs the inflation to rise to a period where there's so much pain. When the new guy come in, say, you're also painful already. Now I slam, you all don't blame me. Yeah, that's what Paul Volcker did. Burns, with the previous Federal Reserve chairman in the 1970s, tried to balance both and he failed. So when Paul Volcker came in, the inflation was so high, then he slammed on the brakes. So we were not likely to see a slam on the brakes so fast if it ever happens. Okay, so the stock market, in my opinion, will continue to see this seesawing, go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and it is going to have a lot of this seesaw. So from this short to midterm, so I don't see any cause for a huge recovery in the short term, but neither do I see a continuous just down and down and down without going up. It might go like that, okay, but I don't think it will go like that, okay. But most likely I'll see this kind of environment that we're going up and down. So therefore, okay, what I continue to do is what I've been saying I'll continue to do. So what I did is that I cut up all my dry powder into different buckets, okay, and then I unload whenever I see big crashes. So yesterday was a big crash, right? Unload some, okay. So yesterday I unloaded SRS. Then I found that I should have unloaded my SRS first. What an idiot! Why? Okay, why I should unload SRS first? And some of you all have SRS. You all should have think about it, okay. I unloaded SRS. I should have unloaded SRS first because SRS interest is near zero, very low interest rate. You should have gone in first. I shouldn't have touched my CPF first. But anyway, lesson learned. So some of you all have SRS. So I found that my SRS got about $38,700. So yesterday through Endowers, I unloaded another 38,700 onto S&P 500. Okay. Now you might have a question right now. Why am I unloading into using SRS, and why I unload into S&P 500? I believe that S&P 500, and I said it before, okay, S&P 5 will go up over a long period of time if I hold long enough, okay? But I use the SRS simply because SRS itself has no returns, right? And it has got almost sitting a bank there collecting dust, almost zero return. So I unloaded that. Some of you ask, Mr. Lu, Simi SRS. Anybody don't know what SRS is? It's called Supplementary Retirement Scheme. Right? It's a voluntary contribution, okay, that you make to a retirement, and that voluntary contribution will help you defer your income tax, okay. And then I kena internet problem again. Yes, okay, sorry guys. Okay, this one keep hanging, guys. This Facebook keeps hanging. Jump onto YouTube or jump onto the other Facebook page. Okay, so I unloaded another lot. So far I fired I don't know, close to 280,000 or 290,000 already. Okay, yeah. So it is a nibbling of the market. So I'll continue to nibble. Okay, continue to nibble. Now, so I can't predict what will happen. I can only give you scenarios. I'll give you my views of what I think will happen. What I think will happen, could it be wrong? Yes, of course. Right? I'm not God, right? However, I can think with what my views are right now, what I can see, this is the most likely view, but the strategy I take is basically whenever it crash, I buy a bit, crash, I buy a bit, crash, I buy a bit, okay? So I think that kind of strategy is a lot more textbook, but buying is something like a dollar cost averaging, but it's not exactly. I just buy as it declines and so on. This is where I want to address one question that come up, okay? Someone, more than one person have wrote to this, but I kind of encapsulate it in one of these questions. It's basically saying this, Mr. Lu, I see my S&P 500 portfolio going lower and lower, raider and raider, more losses. Very painful, leh. Okay, very painful. Okay, yeah. Should I sell right now? Okay. So, I want to bring up a quotation by Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger is the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. He's right-hand man of Warren Buffett. Okay, he's a very, very good investor. He actually says this, and I put this quotation in my slide. So please go and take a look. Okay, Charlie Munger says this: if you cannot stomach a 50% decline in your investment, you will get mediocre returns you deserve. I say again, if you cannot stomach 50% declines in your investment, you will get mediocre returns you deserve. In short, you must be able to tahan. You must be able to handle 50% declines in the market. Can it happen? Okay, yes, it can happen. It happened big time in 2008. I don't see it happening in the COVID crisis. From 2000 right now, I didn't see it happening again, but it can happen again. Now, if nobody will knows whether it will happen or not. But if it does happen, you must have the ability to stomach it from a financial point of view and also from an emotional point of view. Okay, you must be able to handle both. So therefore, if you cannot stomach market volatility of a big swing, don't invest. As simple as that. Don't invest. Go put money in your CPF. I say it for a million times, right? Just go put money in your CPF and earn your 2.5 to 4%. Yeah, stick to 1M65. Very simple, right? 50% decline is a lot for retirees. 50% decline is a lot for everybody. So basically, if you are a retiree, you should not be putting too much money in the stock market. Your time horizon, what did Mr. Lu always say about time horizon? How much should you be investing? How long should you be investing? You should invest for 10, 20, 30 years. If you don't have kind of time horizon, then don't invest so much. As simple as that. Okay? Because you can only yield this kind of this is the S&P 500. It goes up, but some of this decline can take 10 years to recover, Yeah. Okay. Someone said during 2008, I chased OCBC from $9 to $3.70. I bought at $5, if I'm wrong, okay, at OCBC at that point in time. That time I still don't know much about index. Okay, and I held it until now. Okay, I don't know what's the latest OCBC now. All right. Okay. So I want to stress this point that this is what I think is a great stock market sale. Okay, it's a great stock market sale, but don't unload your whole house down, right? Be very disciplined, unload in batches. Okay, so let's say I've got $1 million, I cut up into 20 pieces and I unload 50,000, 100,000, 50,000. The latest I unloaded $38,700 into it, because that's all I have in my SRS. Okay, and then unload bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. Just go unload. Okay, just go fire. So then you write up this time the crisis. My opinion will be a long drawn one. I don't know whether it go like that or go like that or go like that. I can't tell. Okay, some of the people watch a bit of my YouTube video here and there and say, "Hey, Mr. Lu, you say the market is going to go up. Hey, Mr. Lu, you say market is going to go down." I always caveat very clearly what I think are the possible scenarios and what I think is a likely scenario does not mean that my most likely scenario will happen. Who do you think I am? God? Okay? Stop nitpicking at my prediction, okay, before I call out your name. Yeah. What I wanted to share everybody is to look at the possible scenarios and let's just talk about possibilities. I think that's most important for everybody. Now, so a good investor and a good economist and a good money manager must know of all the possibilities, take a certain view, but plan for possibilities. You get what I said? A good investor must know the possibilities. What are the possibilities happen? Take a position, what is likely to happen, but plan for contingency in case the extreme happen. Okay, so that's what you should do, and not to say, oh, for sure, this point will happen. if if I think that if I think that I know the future ahead with certainty, it must be God, right? Which I'm not. Okay, right? So that's what I want to say. Okay, so the key takeaway is this: I share with you right now the possibilities. Okay, share with you the possibilities that can happen. I take a view what's likely to happen, and with that, I take certain positions that are what I think safe, and I plan myself enough time, just enough dry powder, enough reserve, and and I've got my financial safety net prepared, just in case shit happens, right? So this is probably what I think is the safest approach that can happen. Meantime, also yeah, also try to plan also try to plan for possibilities that can swing at extreme ends. Yeah. Okay. So with this, maybe I can take some questions. Okay, I'll take some questions and then we'll call it a night. Okay, maybe for another 5-10 minutes of questions. How about that? Okay. Yes. um Anybody, any questions? Okay. Do not try to catch a falling knife. Okay, so that's one strategy. And what's the opposite of do not try to catch falling knife? Is that you try to catch it at the lowest point. Again, you must be God to be able to do that, right? We are all not God. Okay. Shirley, you're very welcome. Okay. Do you think CPF home loan rates will rise above 2.6%? You think about the HDB loan rates? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. I don't think so. But but that's a government policy. Okay. Let me see what are some of the questions that are coming. Okay. Mr. Lu is a god of gambling. I don't gamble. In fact, I take a position so that I don't gamble, and I'm no god. Okay, please. And Bitcoin can buy. What is the strategy behind Bitcoin? What makes us think? What is behind Bitcoin? Bitcoin, we have got no basis to predict, the Bitcoin as a position. Now, I take a position of S&P 500 and Nasdaq because it has a history of 100 years behind us. And I know the science behind the science behind S&P 500, that is made up of 500 of the best companies, well managed, okay, globally diversified across many industries, and the world economy will eventually go up over time. So at least I've got science behind this. Bitcoin, I don't understand the science behind this. Okay, I understand how it works, but I don't understand the science in terms of the prediction of the price movement. All right, just because something crashed, doesn't mean it is worth to buy. Okay, how many shots am I planning S&P 500? I haven't thought about that yet, but over the last few major crashes, I unloaded usually about $1 million into it. So far I've only unloaded about $290,000. So I've got quite a lot more runway to go. Yes. Mr. Lu, just now when you say about houses, you mean all over the world? I can't say all over the world, but US, UK, Singapore, I think they're all kind of linked together. When do you think the market will recover? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell, right? If I can tell, I'll be God, right? I can't tell, but I do know that one day it will recover, right? And I'm prepared for that eventuality. What's your thoughts on leverage S&P 500? Do not touch. Anything leverage right now, do not touch. Leverage S&P 500 is quite dangerous. Okay, it's quite dangerous for normal investors. I think it's very dangerous. It's something that I would akin to almost like is a weapon of mass destruction if you do not handle it properly. Yeah. What is the extreme ends you plan for 50% drop? Any worst case scenario happen? I try to keep quite a lot of cash for businesses, my businesses to run, so that they're quite a lot of cash position. I diversify out quite a lot of my businesses. I diversify out my investment as well, and I slowly put into those that has no fatality risk one. Okay, I wouldn't plan on whether is it 50%, 40% ever. No, when I see big, huge, mega crashes, I just go in and buy. Fixed deposit rate going up, it should. Yeah. Interest rate going up and you want to leverage, scary. Yeah, exactly. Leverage is very dangerous. Yeah. When Fed announce rate hike, market will go up for that day or two. Okay. Care to share with us? It depends on whether the announcement is within expectation or out expectation in a good way or bad way. If the market is expecting 0.75 and if the Federal Reserve only increase 0.5, the market will rise. And by the way, I think that will happen. So I think that will happen now. Everybody is expecting 75 basis points right now. I think Powell will actually increase by 50 basis points, and suddenly the whole market will rise. And then everybody say, "Ayah, Mr. Lu, how come I never buy?" Okay, but this is my prediction. I can be wrong. I can be wrong. But again, right, it's all about chances. I think the chance of that is happening is high. Okay. Mr. Lu, during Burns' period of hyperinflation, the property price go up a lot before Paul Volcker. I would expect so. I'm very sure when Paul Volcker come in and slam the brakes really hard, when interest rates shoot to the roof, I'm quite sure property prices went down. I need to check on that one. Okay. News of possible recession, interest rate hikes. So, will there be house buyers in the market for me right away? Singapore, right, the whole world right now is a very convoluted thing. They haven't feel the heat yet. Yeah, they haven't feel the heat yet. Okay, so frankly speaking, I would strongly advise. Frankly speaking, I would strongly advise people to avoid big mega expenditure. Okay, big mega expenditure essentially is only three. Okay, I won't consider even handbag one. But for some women who buy Hermes, Chanel type handbag maybe. Okay, but what's the three major expenses? Okay, number one, house. You buy a house will make buying a Hermes look like nothing, man. Cars. Do you know that cars are more expensive than houses? Yeah. Your house, your money mortgage, how much only? But your car, your money mortgage is all depreciating. So, cars, okay? Third one, major holidays. What's a major holiday? Coming to Europe, going to US, that kind of thing. Go for somewhere nearby. It's actually quite nice as well. If I could, I want to go a holiday just in Malaysia. These three will blow a big hole. Okay, these three will blow a big hole. But that's just my opinion. Okay, everybody will have your own. This funny. Casey say wife. Some wife help make you money. My wife makes me money. You notice that I don't work. She work for me. Yeah. Anyway, just joking. Okay. But if I buy a house for marriage and not for investment, it's not something I can stop. I mean, apply for a BTO. BTO is very, very affordable in that sense, right? Okay. So BTO is something that you should do. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, wait, I'm trying to read some of the comments. Okay. Just one bit. Okay, I'll pay down and okay. Someone says something about me being if you're asking this guy about crypto, you really screw up big time. Okay, you are just asking someone who's as ignorant as crypto as Warren Buffett. Okay, yes. Okay, I don't profess that I know crypto. Okay, just so therefore because I don't know, I avoid. I think that's a good investment rule. If you don't understand, you don't invest. Right? Okay. So I think it's a very safe one. I don't understand, invest. And if something I cannot stomach, okay, I don't invest. As simple as that. Why invest in things that I don't understand? And I dare say 90% of you don't know shit about crypto. That's just like me. Okay? And I actually have so many lessons on crypto and I still don't understand the fundamentals of it. And some of you all probably do. So because I don't understand, I don't invest. I think it's okay to take the position, right? I think I want to assume the humility that I don't understand. So I think the best advice to everybody is that if you don't understand something, don't invest. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So, okay, Jomei said, I'm in a dilemma. My Tesla profit just nice, able to cover my big losses in FANG stocks. Got this urge to sell and start all over again. Should I? I know it's a stupid move. Number one, Jomei, you are stock picking. Stock picking is quite dangerous, okay? So I will avoid stock picking. And if you cannot stomach your investment going down by 50%, like what Charlie Munger say, then maybe you're not suitable to handle too much of this thing, right? So you gotta reflect and think about it. I cannot tell what you should do. I tell what I do. I also cannot stomach this kind of thing. So what I do, I put a strong financial safety in my CPF. Okay. On top of that, I invest only in stocks that I know will have longevity, meaning that over time you'll go up for sure. Okay. But in the meantime, even if it falls, I know I won't die. Okay, that's basically what I do. And then on top of that, then I take some of the more dangerous investment. So this is my core layer. And those dangerous investment. And some of my dangerous investment, some of them have hit really badly. Some of my companies that I invest in are hit really badly as well by some of this downturn. But but that's what investment is, right? You form strong layers, and on top of it, you have some leaves that are prepared to be blown away. Do you think a lot of retail investors exit market? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, I think a lot of people still gambling with it. Yes. Okay, it's just forget. I hope you still money. Okay, cool. Yeah. Someone say no. Then agree with Mr. Lu. If you don't invest, why invest? If you don't understand why invest, just avoid. Yeah. Right. It's I think safer. Else you'll be just speculating. Yeah. I hope you all win money. Okay. I have a very, 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 very smart mentee who made $1 million from $8,000 on crypto, and then he put it on a stable coin. And with the Luna crash, the stable coin all got wiped out, and he lost almost every single cent. And he's a very, very smart guy. So he taught me many things, and I tell him, I'm sorry, Mr. Lu here just cannot understand what you're saying. So since I don't understand, sorry, this money you can make, I cannot make. Yeah, I want to say, I just give you some money, I give you some money, you manage for me. I can afford to lose, okay? But because I was so busy handling so many things, hey, I gotta help B with her business. I got every day I'm taking business call from all my companies. Just now this I was on sales call just now. I've addressed a call from one of my company who seems to be running some pressure from this slowdown and things like that. So I cannot handle too much things, right? So yeah. Do you see home interest rate going above CPF rates anytime? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That I do, okay? Yes, that I do. So far, King, you just made my day. I went for a few courses and I don't understand crypto. Haha. First class, don't understand, I'm fine. So far, it's got nothing to do with first class, okay? Maybe 我人老了听不懂. All the youngsters say, yeah, Mr. Lu, you're so dumb. Crypto so easy to understand, you stupid idiot, right? Kind of thing. I admit I'm an idiot. I don't understand. But because I don't understand, I stay out. No, what I don't understand, listen, what I don't understand, okay, is that it is not the intrinsic value of crypto, and I don't understand, or rather I don't have a way to predict prices. Okay. Now, for example, CPF, I know I can predict the price. It's very simple. One mathematical formula, 1.04 to the power of time. I can predict it. S&P 500, I can plot a graph and predict the price with some noise in between. NASDAQ, I can plot a graph and predict the price forward. Bitcoin, I cannot tell with any formula, any science to what I think the path would be. So because I don't understand, then I keep out. For those smart ass who are smarter than me, they can do it. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. Yes. I'm 20 years old and I don't understand a single thing about crypto. I just stick to S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Okay. Good. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Your videos has been insightful and I've adopted methodology to building my retirement. Great generosity share. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Lu, should we buy stocks with leverage now? Say a conservative 20% leverage. Why do you need to add additional blood pressure to your life? Why do you need to? Leverage can cut both ways. It multiply gains and multiply losses. Yes, you can put some instruments to collect, but why does one person need to go live that kind of life? There's no need to. There's no need to live that kind of life. You can become very rich, I would imagine, frankly speaking, a person can live a very good life, with 1M65, 4M65 when they retire. Very good life already. That kind of thing don't need a single cent of leverage. What you're asking for is to get rich fast. Do you need to do that? You don't need to do that. Okay? Right? So, yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay. So it's getting to 12:30. Any one last questions? Okay. All right, cool. When your kids start to invest on their own, now they're about 18 years old or so, 17, 18 years old. Yep. Okay. So I'll just say this in closing, okay? We have already predicted in January a period where volatility is going to be there. Huge volatility. And the volatility has came, okay? And the volatility is downwards. It didn't even go straight down. It go up and down and down, causing a lot of anxiety to everybody. I'll just say this: if the market goes down, there is no chance for you to make money. No chance for you to make money. So market goes down is in a is think of it like a Great Singapore Sale. Think of it like Tory Burch just as a sale, or Gucci just as a sale, or Shopee just as a sale. But this sale will go on in an unpredictable manner, right? So what I would do is I splice up all my dry powder and cut it up and invest along the way and spread it out, okay? And just keep buying and buying and buying and buying. It can be very long. We enjoy the ride, so and keep your emotions calm. Do not feel joy, do not feel fear, or just nothing. Go on with your life. Whatever you're doing some work. You have work to do, you have children to take care, you have fishing, you're cycling. Do all you need to do. Continue to do all those things, okay? I've been through enough financial crisis and economic crisis to know that these too will pass. We just need to take advantage of crises like this, okay, to our own advantage and keep calm, okay? Keep calm, okay? This too will pass for sure, okay? All right. Okay, with this, thanks for joining me throughout the whole night, okay? And sorry for poor internet along the way. I gotta find a way to have better internet, man. Shit. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. With this, good night to everybody. Thanks, everybody. Before you go, would appreciate one like on YouTube, please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good night to you. Okay. Good night. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll say, answer a quick question. Do you give your children small sum of startup capital for them to start investing? I make sure they earn their keep, right? They have to work, or their ang pao money or whatever. I work them to death before, so it's all their money. There's a lot of YouTube, there's a lot of YouTube advertisement on options and leverage trading. What's your view of that? I think any form of leverage trading, options, futures, leverage trading, forex, the ordinary investor should not touch. Okay, so you can live a longer life. Yes, thank you everybody. Okay, BB, thank you. Okay, thank you on the YouTube. Remember, before you go, give a like, please. I really appreciate this. All right, cool. Okay, thanks, and hit subscribe as well. Yes, my son lost all ang pao money from buying Luna. I asked him to call the YouTube guru to pay him back. Which YouTube guru taught him how to buy Luna? It's terrible, man. Okay. Yep. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Remember, hit the like and subscribe. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Can share how you make your children work. Happy too. Okay. I love to do that. I work my children a lot. Okay, I almost used to work them to death. You can see Kelu is working right now. Okay, good. Okay, Angela, thank you. Okay, Yuki, thank you. Thank you for going to YouTube and like. I really appreciate. Yes, stay away from leverage products. John, thank you. Okay. Kaiti, thank you. Okay, I'll definitely share something along those lines. Thanks for this interesting topic. Okay. Corinne, thank you. Sumi, thank you to you too. Block 34, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Stay calm, stay safe, these two will pass, okay? Yes. I need advice whether I should take a bank loan or HDB loan. You share with me rising interest rate landscape. Yeah. Okay. I would suggest that if you can lock yourself down with some interest rate that are low, will be good. Okay. Now hard to say. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Good night, everybody. Okay. And stay safe in your investment. Cool. Okay. Ivan, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Play the long game. Yes. Thank you. All right. Cool. Okay. So with this, thank you and have a good night. Okay. Have a good night. Thank you. REK. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Okay. All right. Okay. Good night. Okay, YouTube, good night to you. Good night. I'm Ting, good night to you. Guang Zhong, yes, good night to you. Ashton, good night to you. Billy, good night to you too. I'm going to off it right now, okay?